That's it. Library. All right. How's everyone doing today? That's his little clap. This is my introduction. So, some of you may or may not already know who we are. Probably don't, because we're not famous. Yeah. No. All right. Anyway, I'm Spencer Aiken, and this is my brother,
Greg Aiken.
Okay, we have the same last name. We have the same parents. All right. So, what we're going to be doing here on the regular Wednesdays at 5:15 p.m.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, hopefully, unless we have a major malfunction like last week.
That was fun.
Sometimes things just don't want to work out, and instead of throwing your computer, you just walk away. Okay, that's my little thing. We want to help people understand gym, working out, fitness, life, and we're just going to do it in our own special way where we kind of just talk and banter back and forth, and whether or not you find it entertaining or whether or not you guys want to listen is up to you. But today we are talking
gym etiquette.
Okay, so there are a lot of people who show up at the gym and they're not quite comfortable. Today's lesson is how to get comfortable, okay, and how to get comfortable by not standing out, because people don't necessarily know what they're doing, right? And people like this guy who have been in the gym for 25 or so or more years, and it doesn't show, but you ostracize some people who have been in that gym situation before because they're like, oh, I just wish you would understand. And they're not angry at you per se, and they don't dislike you, they don't hate you as a person. The gym is one of the most inviting, welcoming places in the world because everyone there is really, truly trying to just improve. However, if you're doing things that kind of upset the norm, the standard, the herd mentality of this is how it usually works around here, people get frustrated. So today we want to talk about things that you might be doing, hopefully not, or you might see being done that generally frustrate others in the gym, in the health and wellness facility. All right. First and foremost, my number one.
Oh, you got them in
No, I didn't put them in order, but my number one. This is my number one. This one gets me the most.
Start out big.
Start big. Okay, you can have a different number one.
They're all number ones.
Okay, all number ones. You're my number one. Okay? You're my second favorite.
I'm interested in seeing your number one.
Okay, let's see if we agree. My number one is talking on the cell phone while you're on a piece of cardio equipment. I hate it. Personally, you're just being obnoxious because you can go somewhere else and have your phone conversation. It's like the commercial where the lady's walking through the Home Depot or whatever on the speakerphone. And for dinner, I'm going to have a salad. It's like no one needs to hear your conversation because everyone is trying to just focus and get through that. And even with your own headphones in, you hear that outside noise and it frustrates many people, especially myself.
So you're talking about a combination of talking loudly on the cell phone and being on the equipment.
If you're on a piece of cardio,
you're just like, ah!
So I'm going to get up and show you what it is. I'm on the treadmill. This is not me on the treadmill. Okay.
It's a lot slower.
Okay, actually, if you're doing this speed at the treadmill, you probably need to speed it up a little bit. Okay. Anyway, so I'm flying on the treadmill. Usain Bolt type speed. We're talking world-class athlete. Okay, and you're next to me, right here. All of a sudden, you get a phone call. Ready? You get a phone call, and you start talking.
Hi.
And then while I'm doing this, all I hear is
No, it's not a bad time. It's not a bad time.
See, it is a bad time. That's when you say, hey, I'm going to have to take this phone call. I'm on the treadmill right now. Let me step off real quick, and I will go talk to you somewhere other than where you're currently at, because you are making it uncomfortable for the other people in the gym. That's my number one.
Okay.
All right. That one gets me, especially at New Year's where people do it all the time. Okay, clearly I do a little bit more cardio, that's what I'm saying. Clearly. All right, so what do you got? I know what my number two is. You're my number two.
Let's go number two.
My number two is wearing too much perfume,
Ooh, that was new.
cologne, or possibly not wearing deodorant. All of those three smells are
Let me ask you. Would you rather somebody?
Oh, it turned into a would you
Would
rather.
you rather somebody be wearing perfume or cologne that stinks and they're covering it up, or would you rather smell their BO? What would you rather do?
I guess it comes down to what the coverage is.
I mean, it's usually
BO can be bad. Let's be
BO
honest.
is bad.
It's bad. Okay. BO.
Personal hygiene,
Okay.
guys. Help yourself.
Help us help you.
Help us help you by helping your BO.
Which do you think lingers more, BO or perfume? I think the perfume lingers more, so it becomes more obnoxious because it just stays there.
Perfume.
The BO leaves when that person.
I guess the word would be permeates
the area.
But BO is more pungent. Like
Yeah.
it just hits you
Potentially.
so much harder.
Yeah.
So much harder. So I agree.
So you would say you BO? I'd say perfume.
I would say BO, honestly.
Okay.
BO if you're next to me. That's why I don't run next to him on cardio because he's got
Because he stinks.
Dude, yeah. I would say BO if you're close, if you're within the vicinity of me, BO is the worst. If you're in the gym, too much cologne, guys. Come on, man. You're not here to meet and greet. It's time to get work in. You don't need to smell pretty. You don't need to do your hair. Ladies, you don't need to put on makeup. You don't need to, that's a good
It's not gym etiquette, but people who wear beanies while they're working out, especially if it's like 85, 90 degrees outside, why are you wearing a beanie?
In Yuma where it's 120 and you're walking with a beanie.
All right. So now we can talk about actual gym things, not just stuff that bothers me, but that might make you ostracized for doing. Okay. If you see someone working out at a piece of equipment and they leave for a split second, and I mean like boom, but their stuff is still there and you just take over that equipment, frustrated. Okay. That person is clearly still there. So if you see someone like let's say I'm doing tricep extensions and I'm right here and he's over there and he's doing some cable rows and you see me leave, but my stuff is still there, even if my stuff isn't still there, you go up to him and you say, hey, have you seen anyone working here? It is that simple because he, being a person who knows what he's doing in the gym, we generally and should pay attention to our environment. Who's around? You do actually want to watch and observe others in the gym because first of all, you're probably most likely going to learn some good things.
Yeah.
You're going to see some things that you probably shouldn't do. And as you become more comfortable in the gym, you'll realize that's probably not the smartest thing to be doing. So you avoid those.
We have good laughs there.
Yeah. And then you should know your environment, because of safety, who's around you. And then maybe just for the sake of being aware of situational awareness, as they call it.
Be courteous and know your surroundings, like he just said. Like, be aware of who's around you and what they're doing, because you might actually get in their way when you're doing something. So you kind of want to, especially nowadays since COVID is kind of, falling at the wayside, and we have the full capacity of gyms pretty much, and so you're getting back to too many people in the gym. So you have to learn that. You have to learn to be courteous and understand people's are at a particular machine, and then ask. Just ask. That's all you gotta do. Ask somebody around you. Hey, is anybody on this machine?
Yeah. All right. So that's another one. The next one's actually better now because of COVID, and people do use it as a reason to take care of themselves better now. But leaving equipment sweaty, that's so gross. So now everyone's better because we are wiping stuff down, and gyms have spray bottles available. But yeah, don't leave your funk on a piece of equipment and just walk away. Wipe it down so no one has to lay down. I'm keenly aware of it because when I lay down and my sweaty bald head hits the bench, it does leave a sweat puddle, I guess. Yep. So wipe it down, be courteous, and be nice to the other people around you. It'll be better off because of it.
We are sweaters.
Yeah.
I will say one thing that and he always does too, even if you don't really use it, bring a towel. Bring a towel, use your towel to wipe the sweat off, use your towel to show that you're on a piece of equipment. That's always helpful. That helps a lot, but wipe your sweat up, you dirty pig.
Okay, as a gym owner, this one gets me. Okay, I own a facility, I own equipment. People who use equipment improperly and or more specifically, stupidly, and don't treat the equipment as it should be. Because that's how it gets broken, that's how injuries happen, and that's how you get on a YouTube video going, gym fails.
Get on ridiculousness.
Ridiculousness, okay? So learn how each piece of equipment works. If it's a machine, there are actually descriptions on how it should be using or being used. If you're new to the gym, there are plenty of people who would be willing to help you, and they're not necessarily trainers, but you can kind of tell, be observant, who knows their way around the gym.
It goes back to knowing your surroundings. Watch people that know how to use the equipment and use it, and then you can use it properly.
You can sort of tell, generally speaking, fit females, strong males, who has been around the gym for a little bit, and they probably know what to do. And no one has ever been insulted by someone saying, hey, do you mind showing me this real quick? It's actually a compliment, and I don't know anyone who would be like, shut up, leave me alone. There are some people, actually, now that I think about that, the gym atmosphere has kind of changed since when we were first doing it. I mean, people were very friendly. Now, people love to do the mad dog, like, I'm so hardcore. That actually is something I don't like. Is just walking around all angry, like your workout is the most. No, your workout is there to improve yourself and get better, but still be friendly. All right.
Everybody's trying to be a badass at the gym.
Everyone thinks they're the next superstar. Badass. Yeah. My workout's gonna make me $1 million on my Instagram, so let me work on these fake ass booty pumps.
Yep. Let me set my camera up and do some selfies while I pump.
All right. Standing around in front of equipment, not actually using the equipment. If you gather in herds, you're gonna get in people's way. So if you're 2 people in the gym and you're standing over a bench, be using the bench. If you're 3 people, be using the bench. If you're 4, now you're just collecting in a group. It's like you're at a high school party and you just don't want to migrate and actually talk to people. So you're going to collect right around that piece of equipment that someone might be using. So if you're in a large group, and there's nothing wrong with working on in large groups, just make sure that your speed of pace, like in golf, make sure that your speed of play is congruent with the rest of the gym and everyone else giving you a chance to use the equipment. Right?
If a bench is sitting in a squat rack, let's say, don't sit and rest on that bench in the middle of a squat rack while you're using some other piece of equipment. There are chairs, there are other things, there's a floor, there's other ways to relax and rest while you don't need to take up 2 pieces of equipment in order to rest.
So feet on a chair, butt on a chair, feet up on the bench.
Yep.
Half laying on a gym ball.
Laying down, taking a nap.
Head resting on a Bosu. All right, so the next ones you actually wrote down, so let's have you go. Hogging equipment, i.e. using all that dumbbell.
Oh yeah, I mean, we kind of hit on this a little bit, but you see it, we see it, everybody sees it. The one dude at the gym that has 5 sets of dumbbells around his one bench. He's got the 20s, the 30s, the 50s, whatever it is. He has half of the dumbbells sitting next to him and he's not using them all. He's only using 1 set at a time. Use 1 set, put it back. Use another set, put it back. Hogging the equipment. If you're using a squat rack and you're also using an Olympic lift area at the same time, no, you're not. You don't need all that area. You can do squats working on the Olympic pad. You don't have to be using both equipment. So don't hog the equipment.
Yes.
It kills me.
It's okay with doing multiple exercises, but to think that you own the equipment is a different story. Okay? All right. Giving out your opinion when not asked. Fellas, usually it's a hot girl. A hot girl giving the advice. Hey,
She's a hot girl running from you because, hey, this guy tried to give me advice.
You do not need to be talking and...
Guys, you know who you are. You know exactly who you are when you are freaky looking at a female. This is why a lot of females, and I'm going to tell you, my daughter, and one is still scared of the gym because of this type of stuff. But don't, unless you're asked, don't give your opinion to somebody about their way of working out. Don't give them advice on technique and form and all that stuff. Yes, They might have horrible form. They might have horrible technique, and it looks like it hurts, and it looks like it's going to hurt me. But too many people take that as a form of trying to hit on them and trying to flirt with them, and that might not be the case, but it is the case because 95% of the time, the guys that's suggesting it is trying to hit on them. So just keep your opinions to yourself and laugh amongst your friends.
Yep. Err on the side of caution. And first of all, you're probably not a professional, or else you would be probably working at that gym, possible. So there's a thin line between trying to be nice and being creepy, and most people go over that line. And that's unfortunate for you and unfortunate for them. So just err on the side of caution, keep your opinions to yourself, and you really probably aren't smart enough necessarily to know what they're even trying to do.
Yeah.
Okay?
And another thing, you don't know other people's bodies. You don't know what injuries they're going through, what rehab they're going through. They might be, if they're not doing full reps or they're not doing this or they're not doing that, there could be a very viable reason for that. So you got to make sure you don't want to voice your opinion and be like, oh, you're not doing that correctly. And they could be doing it because they're maybe rehabbing or something like that. So then you're going to look like a more bigger idiot.
So there are many reasons that you don't know and understand, and it's not your job to know and understand. They're good. All right, and I think this is the last one. Okay, well, wear proper gym attire. Oh, are you talking about me wearing my sports bra at the gym again?
Dude,
I feel fit in my sports bra.
Yesterday,
just to keep all my stuff.
I wanted to get a picture, honestly, but working out in Crocs.
Okay.
Doing legs in Crocs.
So my leg days are Croc specific.
Croc day.
I call it Croc day.
Flip-flops.
And Schwarzenegger worked out in flip-flops.
I'm not saying that you can't do, ankle stability training. I'm not saying all this stuff that you want to train. You want to take your shoes off. You want to do squats with your feet. You have better feel, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But when you're walking around in flip-flops and you're doing an upper body day or you're doing anything and everything, plates can land on your toes. Dumbbells can land on your toes, equipment can fall, stuff like that. You can get injured, and then it's going to be on the gym, and it's going to look like they're the bad person, but you're just the idiot. So just wear proper attire, wear proper shorts. I mean, not shorts, proper shoes.
Shorts.
Shirts. Yeah, and guys, stop with the shorty shorts, please. I'm tired of seeing shorty shorts.
I don't need to see your junk.
That's all I got to say.
Put the mouth back in the house.
Put the mouth back in the house. I don't need to say all bald. Gross.
Okay, and then I think you're going for spatial awareness, but
we kind of already hit on that. Just kind of knowing where other people are at the gym, and knowing when you don't back up into somebody when you're trying to do a workout, you don't know that they're behind you, or when you're trying to do flies and somebody steps up right next to you and you're doing flies and they hit your dumbbells. Yeah. Just be aware of where you're
going. This is spatial awareness, and it pertains. This is gonna be the last point we do. If there are two people walking directly into each other, like two trains coming in different directions and they're on the same track and they're going to hit, the person carrying the heavier weight has the right of way.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay, so if I'm carrying 50-pound dumbbells and he's carrying 80-pound dumbbells, he has the right of way. I get out of his way. It's just the general rule. Please accept it. The heavier weight gets the right of way. Why? Because it's a heavier weight. You assumed all power. You're a bigger ship in the ocean. Okay, if you're on the SS Minnow versus the USS, Enterprise,
or Titanic.
The Titanic, which that's actually not a big ship anymore. Like the carriers
out Minnow compared to the Minnow and Titanic.
Okay, so the Titanic is a big ship compared to the SS Minnow. The SS Minnow gets out of the way. Okay, so get out of the way when someone with more weight is coming. All right. So that's all we have for today. That's our first Facebook Live of the Two Brothers Talking. Hopefully this was entertaining for you. We're going to be doing it every Wednesday that we can. If you let us know some topics you guys need to hear about, it is not specifically going to be fitness, but there is going to be a lot of fitness. I know one of these days I want to do one on driving around because traffic frustrates the hell out of me. Like just know when to pull out, know when to merge lanes, know when to wave for saying thank you for letting people merge lanes.
Yeah, show me some courtesy. Give me a wave. I'll let you in. A little hand up.
Just cool. Stick your hand out for a split second. I know it's hot outside, but just do a little one of these.
Put the rear view out.
Okay. The face family guy, see where how much space do I need before I switch lanes? Okay, I go now. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck, everybody. I go now.
That's all we have for today. So we're going to do one of those in the future. So that's all I have. I'm Spencer Aiken.
I'm Greg.
Thank you very much.